If you're thinking about life here on the Emerald Coast and you're deciding whether you want beachfront or soundfront, this is the video for you. A lot of people, when they think Florida, they think the beach, they think beachfront, go right outside of my condo and go straight onto the sand, but they're missing a whole lot. So if you've not considered a soundfront property, this is gonna be a treat for you. We're gonna show you this monstrosity behind me at 200 West. This thing is built like a tank for a reason. We are going to be talking about that as well. And then what the big difference is between sound life and Gulffront life is like.
So we're going to show you what the inside of one of these condos looks like as well, and kind of give you an idea of what the lifestyle would be if you were sound side instead of Gulffront, because believe it or not, this might be the better option.
So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. And I just want you to pan up at this at this condo real quick, because it is a tank and it is like that for a reason. This was built in 1984. I believe it was, so it's withstood two of the biggest hurricanes we have ever seen in this area, and as you can see, it is still standing. So for those of you, because we get this all the time, people are worried about hurricanes. If you're worried about it, this is a good one to be in for a lot of reasons. So let's go ahead and come on in.
Ladies first.
Excuse us. I just got that.
You're welcome. We're totally not just standing in the elevator as a prop to make it look like we're talking to you guys on the ride.
AJ, that's exactly what we're doing.
We'll wait for the door to close at least.
Somebody's gonna hit the button downstairs. We're gonna start moving.
As we were. So let's talk about the Gulffront pros.
Yeah, so let's do some pros and cons of Gulffront versus Soundfront while we're sitting here waiting for the elevator. Gulffront, you've obviously got that walkout on the beach activity. You generally will have some sort of beach service, meaning somebody's coming out and actually providing you seats and an umbrella, and that's always good. And you can make a new friend every day because there's tourists every single day.
Oh, but then let's talk about the cons. The tourists every single day. So right outside your window, tourists. Right next to you on the other side of the wall, tourists. Driving around, going to the same restaurants you're going to. Tourists.
You hear a whole bunch of noise next door? It's probably
tourists. Which we love because they do boost our economy, and I know we didn't really talk about it too much just yet. We're going to touch on it later, but income taxes or, our property taxes and things. So just things to think about. We love our tourists, so I'm giving you the cons.
We're not knocking you. We appreciate you.
Seriously, you're just everywhere during the season. But so other cons of being right on the beach is you're going to take that hit first if a hurricane comes through, as opposed to being on the sound. And also your insurance is going to be a bit higher for that same reason. So a little bit of cons to being directly on the beach. Also, if you're a boater, you're not going to get a dock out there. That would just be crazy pants. So while you might be able to go out swimming, you're not going to be able to just take your jet ski across the sand or your boat. So all of those, waterfront adventures are going to be pretty limited to like a boogie board or a kayak, paddle board, or you're going to have to go travel somewhere and rent a boat or a captain or boat.
And then as far as the Soundfront pros, well, AJ already hit most of them. We've got all of the boating activity that happens. As you're going to see, this comes with an outstanding dock for a big boat. Waiting for that. That's going to be super awesome. But you're going to get all of the benefits of boating, being able to throw your kayak right in the water, your stand-up paddleboard, whatever it is. You're saving on marina fees. You're not having to dock your boat, and you're able to get to Crab Island, which is just a few minutes away by boat as well. And then my favorite part about Soundfront versus Gulffront for me personally is the activity that you see on the water. The sound, you're going to see stuff out at the Gulf a little bit, but it's going to be off in the distance. It's going to be a boat that's a mile away. Right here, you're seeing large, big rigs. You're seeing expensive yachts go by. You're seeing dolphins. You're seeing jet skis. There's just people out here playing and having a good time. You get to all of those views. And on this particular one, it's a little bit unique because you get those views as well as the Gulf views, but you're going to have to wait on that one just a second. We're going to go ahead and see if it's opened up and ready for you. Let's go.
While he's walking and doing that, I have cons. Yeah, you're going to do that. All right, so we do have some cons. Obviously, the view is going to be a little bit different when we're on the sound side, okay? And you're not going to have that same beach feel. If you go and walk out onto the sand, it's going to be a little bit of a different color. Now, the benefit though is that it's going to stay shallow for longer in a lot of cases. And so if you've got small children, you're not going to be dealing with those massive waves that are going to come and take them away with the current. You can just have like a great play area. It's going to be fantastic. So yeah, it's not the beach. You're not going to get the same rental income for the most part, but you're probably going to have a pool, probably going to have a fitness center. There's all kinds of stuff you're still going to have. So I guess we can go look at the unit now. I can't wait to see this place. Good Lord, Manga, you didn't tell me about this view. We've got the sound and the golf view right here.
All right, well, while AJ's taking you to the good stuff so quickly, let's tell you guys a little bit about this. This is listed by us here at LPT Realty. It is $635,000 is what it will be offered at. It is currently off market. By the time you're seeing this, it will be just entering the market. 1,670 square feet and a dock. And those views every stinking day. But we got to show them the rest of the condo. We can't just give the goods first. So let's go ahead and start over here with your second living room. There's two of them because you can kind of see this one here. But let's start over here. A lot of the owners here have actually closed this off and turned it into a bedroom, so you do have that option to completely wall this off. If you'd like another bedroom, you'd like to turn it into a 3. They're using it as a living space here, which is what a lot of the folks are doing.
I mean, with 1,670 square feet, you could absolutely fit a 3rd bedroom. That's totally doable.
It's a lot of square feet for it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about some of the comparables too, as well as comparing Gulffront and beachfront, but we're going to go ahead and take you through this first. I'm going to let AJ run with it because she hasn't seen the condo yet, so she's sort of just seeing it as we go, and I kind of like the excitement, so that's what we're going to do.
I am a little bit excited. Look at this. I think these look like granite countertops.
They are the composite material.
Composite?
Yeah, I can't think of the name. It'll come to me in a second.
I don't know, but it's pretty and I like it. And you have all of this cabinet space. And like I said, KitchenAid appliances are so good. Look at this thing.
It's one of those deep freezers, like Sub-Zero.
Yeah, this is wild. I would never need that, but I would use the heck out of it. I wouldn't need this either because y'all know I don't cook.
Oh, but this is convection oven, microwave, double oven. It's all the things. It's all the things right here. So that, I thought that was pretty cool. For the people who actually
eat at their houses, unlike us, eating in our cars. I had Panera today.
Yeah, well, that's because we use our houses just to go to sleep on because we're working.
So true. Okay, I gotta see these bedrooms. I don't know, like if they're massive, if they're tiny.
I do want to point this out real quick before you go. These are custom made, by the way. I thought that was so cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, the owners have a family member, I think it was, that wanted to do something special. So I thought that was pretty cool. As you'll see, their decorations are super cool here too. So you also have, hold on.
But wait for it.
The ice machine. I have to point this out because we talked about all these other great appliances, but an ice machine. So anyway, sorry, it's your tour. I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, whatever you'd like. Yeah, it's just I'm here. I'm just here.
I do really like, I know it's a silly thing to point out, but the wideness of this hallway, I like it because I don't feel like I'm cramped, and if you're coming through with luggage, you don't have to worry about banging up the sides. Like, this is great. Okay, onto the bed. It's like it's got its own wing.
It really does.
Okay, so here's your laundry room, which is actually a great space, even though it's like in this bedroom area. This is really cool.
One of the benefits of the condo in general is it's got a kind of a lock and leave lifestyle here because it's all second homeowners. There's no rentals here.
Bathroom.
And so you can throw in a load of laundry, you know, whatever, before you head back home if it's your second home.
So they're using this as like, they're using it as an office, but this could be a bedroom and my gym. Like, I can easily fit my bed. I'm just moving in. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but
well, it's unfortunate. We're gonna have this thing sold before we even.
Yeah. Well, with those views, listen. I'm just saying. Look, and they work from their house too, so it's like they get me. So yeah, love this space. It's massive. I love that they don't have popcorn ceiling. And speaking of ceilings, how tall do you say this is gonna be? 10 feet.
Yeah, I think it's 10 feet.
Because most doors are 8 feet, so it looks about 2 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that tall ceilings, which makes it feel even bigger. Like tall ceilings just give a different energy.
Yeah, you've got a tub in there, so that's kind of nice in case you need to wash a dog or something. Dogs are allowed in this building, 25 pounds or under. Mm-hmm. So there is a little stipulation.
I'm not getting rid of Grim. He's kind of like 25 pounds. Look at the detail in this bedroom. I absolutely love this accent dealie that they've got here with the fan.
That's what I said.
That is cool. And with that view, again, I just can't believe that you have a view of the Sound and the Gulf right here.
Yeah.
Like,
getting all the action from the boats, and then also getting to see that like endless horizon. One thing that they did here that's different than some of the other buildings or some of the other stacks is this whole closet area here is an add-in. So generally it would essentially go right here and it's just flat. So this room is considerably bigger on some of them, but the extra closet space is definitely good because they do have a walk-in in there. But if you're using this as a second home, it's nice to have a second set of clothes in here. It's also wired, as you can see the speakers here, so it's wired for music and stuff like that. All right, I'm out again. It's all you again.
Get out of here. I'm trying to enjoy my condo. This is cool. So you've got some built-ins right here. This is almost like a would-be coffee bar, which I absolutely would need right next to my bed because as soon as I wake up, I need a little jolt. And a great walk-in closet. Love this. This countertop is a little bit tall though. I feel like I could rest my elbow on it while I'm brushing my teeth.
That's so funny because I think it's the perfect size. I really like the size. And I can actually see myself in the mirror and not looking over the mirror like at our last tour. So,
so funny.
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
Oh, this is so great. Yeah, you've got closet space everywhere. I love this walk-in shower. I know they're replacing the door here, but I love the rain glass. Like, it's just a little bit more private. Someone might walk in. You never know.
And the cool thing about this is, too, they just broke this door on accident, by the way, so it's on back order. It's going to be the exact same as you see it here. The cool thing is, it's like this safety glass, and like it actually worked. It was small pebbles. There was no cuts or anything like that. So
awesome. In case
it ever breaks again, which is the first time in who knows how long, then, you know, at least you're protected. I always wondered, like, how good they actually were with it, so...
Now we know.
Yeah, now we really do.
So does this unit allow short-term rentals?
It allows no short-term rentals. In fact, you can't even do leases, not even long-term leases. This is homeowners only. So if you were looking for a second home or a primary residence, that's what it is. Most of the folks here are empty nesters. They have, you know, gotten the kids out of there. There are 2 kids in the building that we know of. They're both high school age, from what I understand, and I don't think they're here all the time. So I'm not sure what that situation is. It's a very quiet building. And it's homey. It was so cool because even as we were coming up here, we had some folks kind of walk by us when I was here the first time. Some folks met me in the elevator and they were just chatting me up and just seeing what I was doing and up to and all this other stuff. And it had that like very close homey feel.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. So it's not going to be loud. You're not going to have a bunch of parties going on around here.
Yeah, in fact, if you look, you know, it's Thursday evening right now, which is generally when people start ramping up. And if you look downstairs at all the cool amenities, which we'll take you to in just a moment, you will see that, you know, there's not somebody partying at the pool. I hope I'm not about to be proven wrong right now because I didn't look before I said this. Yeah.
I'm about to be partying in the pool.
Pool is completely empty. It's warm. It's very hot outside, so it's a good temperature for it. This is the vibe. Every time I've been here, the vibe's been just like this. Get a little area over here for, you know, the dog or just to get some greenery. And then, of course, the dock, which it does come with a deeded boat slip. But we're going to show you that here in just a minute. We just had to... just show you these views.
It looks like they've also got storage over here for some paddle boards, or some, I was gonna say paddle boards or stand-up paddle boards, which are the exact same thing. You know, you can just take the same board and sit on it on your bottom or on your knees or on your feet. You know, it's crazy.
And this is a minor thing, but that's not just like a normal grill down there. That's like one of the flat top ones that they
like
just...
Like a Blackstone?
Yeah, they like just, I don't know if it's Blackstone per se, but they just upgraded it. And so that's
what do you know?
Cool.
I've been wanting to get one of those because I'm convinced I'll become a great cook if I get one.
Well, so I think you just found your new spot.
I think I did. Listen.
So they're in the process of revamping how these balconies look. This portion's going to go away, and it's going to be this kind of railing straight up and down. So it's going to add some cool aesthetics to it. Although I always like this because I always imagine just like sitting here with my feet up with it, but. I think it'll still be cool the other way. We've got, this stuff was in here from the previous owner. And then you've got the hurricane shutters right here, which are soon to be required on all of these so that you can protect your balcony while you're gone, especially if it's a second home. You're leaving for hurricane season or something. You can shut everything down and move on with your life and feel pretty comfortable.
I was literally just looking at those because He knows, I don't know if you guys know, but a couple houses ago, I was not far from here with a waterfront house, and I had these same shutters on my house, thank God, because Hurricane Sally hit pretty directly, and these shutters worth the money, and they're already here, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, very cool.
Should we go look at some amenities? I'm excited to see what I'm going to be playing in later.
Yeah, let's go look at some stuff. Let's go, guys.
Okay, here we are at the dock, and I am just loving it. If you come out this way just a little bit, we are starting to see the beginnings of a beautiful sunset over here. If you want to pan over there and show them how beautiful that is. Now, these are some steps. It is by law that every dock has to have steps that go out to the water. It's a safer way to access it. But as you can see, you do have a seawall here with the rocks. That is not going to be very friendly on your feet. Be careful if you've got children. You don't want them playing around down here. But it does give you a little bit of access to basically a soundside beach, which is pretty cool. I always loved that when I lived on the water. You'll see like stingrays and blue crabs, and you'll absolutely get dolphins here in the sound, and they're fantastic. Oh yeah, all the time. I was actually out on a boat the other day, and there was a whole pod of dolphins, including 2 babies, and it was the coolest thing. Another thing you'll see out here is manatees on occasion. I haven't seen those out here, but I know they exist. I know they're here, and otters, and they're the cutest. Oh my gosh. This dock is fantastic. It's literally like twice as wide as mine was, and it was the scariest thing to walk on, especially with a little kid who's like, I love the water. So the slip that comes with this particular unit, we're gonna call it my unit. I'm just kidding, you guys. Definitely call us about it, because I just bought a house, so I'm out of luck. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that was a fish jumping out of the water. Maybe we'll see some otters out here. Oh my gosh, Mongo would be so mad and jealous if we saw otters and he didn't. That's what he gets for not walking out here to the dock with us. So this is going to be the slip that comes with this unit. And if you look at this water, I can't see the bottom. So, oh cool, look, you got a heron. Is that a heron? I can't tell. He looks a little bit small, but that bro over there just caught a fish. Pretty cool. And you will see some big old herons out here. I mean, they stand like 4 foot tall, and they're super cool looking. But anyways, back to this slip. This thing's like 50 feet long, and look how wide it is. You could absolutely look, your neighbor's already got a lift in, so you know that it's possible to do over here. You could put in a lift. You've already got water over here, so you can rinse off the boat as needed. Fantastic. You're in a great spot too, because you can just back out over here. Man, this is lovely. So we've got the dock, and then right here, if we pan it around, you can see there is the pool right here, and it's waterfront. Let's go and check out the pool.
Sorry, you mentioned the otters, and I was
You've got quite a few slips over here, which is great. That means people aren't fighting for them. You're not gonna have some like jealous neighbor trying to mess with your slip or anything. Also means you've got enough neighbors to pool together to replace items if anything was needed, any type of repairs. If you check out that bird again, look, he's got another fish. He's probably like pierced it straight through the belly. It's a little gruesome for some of y'all, I'm sorry. Hashtag Florida girl. So this is the view of the complex from this angle. Like, it's a beautiful building. Like, for being as sturdy and as much of like a fortress as it is when it comes to security and its practices of no renting, like, it's a beauty. We've got these great, beautiful pavers here, and then check out this pool. This is a great length for swimming laps. Starts at 3 feet, ends at 6 feet. So you've got some depth too. If you wanted to have some kids, you know, your grandkids or your children playing, but maybe you don't trust their swimming skills so well, you can keep them over here in the shallow end. You do have the, I call it the monkey wall, because kids kind of do the monkey down across this ledge all the way around. Kind of gives them a little safe anchor. And then of course you've got the restrooms over here. And then over here behind the restrooms, you've got a place to store your paddle boards or kayaks, inflatables, whatever you have. And you can tell that this place doesn't like stay crazy busy because there aren't just loungers everywhere. You've got just a few little setups for people to enjoy intermittently, and it's very well manicured, so it's taken very well care of.
All right, now that we've seen all of the amenities and everything this outstanding condo has to offer, who is this going to be the best for? So, meanwhile, other than AJ, apparently. So, other than AJ, I think empty nesters and retirees, they're very common out here. It's not an official 55 plus community, but the owners were telling me that's essentially what most folks are in here. So those empty nesters, the retirees, people that they want to prioritize peace over the kind of chaos that happens at a Gulf front condo. You want walkable spaces and that community feel. You want to be able to know your neighbors. They're not rotating in and out consistently, stuff like that.
That makes sense. I'm thinking also folks with boats or folks that like to rent boats, you know, whichever, because you've got the dock right over here. I know a lot of folks that come to the area and they bring their own boats, or folks that just live here full time. And they're like, of course I want a boat, because you've got it right here. And these slips are big enough that you could take a Gulf-friendly boat as well and have it here. So if you are not necessarily the type to want to have a pontoon boat and just putter around, you know, Crab Island and such, because, you know, that's the party atmosphere, and I'm not sure folks here are looking to party like that. Maybe you're more of a deep sea fisher. You could absolutely fit one of those style boats here as well. And, you know, then you have the best of both worlds. You can putt around the sound as you wish, or go out into the Gulf and, you know, catch something crazy. Take a picture with it. You have to do that when you catch a big fish.
Yeah, you have to. Other folks that would like it here, second homeowners that are looking for that lock and leave lifestyle, right? And so what we mean by that, kind of hinted at it a little bit earlier, having a laundry room, a lot of condos don't. Although it's starting to become, it's more and more popular than it isn't, I guess. Is that the right way to word that?
Sure, it made sense.
Yeah. So anyway, lock and leave lifestyle, where you've got codes for everything. You don't have to worry about like, hey, did I accidentally forget my key back in Texas or wherever I'm moving here from. We've got a secure building. All in all, you need codes to get in the front, codes to get in the back. They're different codes. They're not shared, you know, out or anything like that. You've got a Kava lock up front, which is another layer of security. And because there's no short-term anything here, you don't have to worry about. They don't have to worry about somebody trying to, you know, stumble into your room at 2 a.m. At least I would really hope not. And then those folks that want, again, that community of knowing your neighbors and maybe even be able to call on them after a hurricane and be like, hey, I'm not able to make it up there. How's it looking? Stuff like that.
Or military members. We do have multiple bases close by here. So our, you know, higher ranking military folks that are in that same kind of stage in life, you know, maybe approaching retirement or not, and just have a very calm lifestyle. You're like, oh man, I'm going to go get my adrenaline going, you know, whenever I deploy. And when I come home, I just want peace. There's something very calming about the water. Like having this view nonstop, I can't even imagine what this would do for PTSD and various forms of anxiety. There really is something super cleansing in just being able to look at the water. And so even being able to go access the dock if you're having like a really like crazy day and just sit out there, or there's always stairs. It's a rule. Anytime there's a dock, there have to be stairs going down to the water as well. So you can absolutely access that water. You don't have to like jump off the dock in some dangerous manner.
But you could.
But you could. Listen, if you want to party. But there are stairs right there, so you can go walk around the shallow ends of the water and just kind of relax.
And if you're looking at Gulfront, you're looking at Soundfront, and you're curious, like, what's this going to look like price-wise in the same area? We can consider other condos that are comparable in size for the most part. If you're looking in this price point, you're going to get a condo that's about 20 to about 120% less in size. So at about the same price, you're looking at about 700 square feet to about 1,200. This one's 1670, so you guys can kind of do the math there. If you want to go front, you are going to have to go quite a bit smaller. So, you know, take that into consideration as well.
And something about that, I've done a bunch of condos out there that are Gulf front. The view is not the same because of the size of the condo. You might, even if you have an unobstructed view of the water, it's almost like a pocket view because the wall facing the water is so much more narrow than this. This space is very wide. So this feels amazing compared to many of the waterfront condos that I have toured and sold directly on the Gulf.
Now, whenever we're talking about condos, one of the things we've definitely got to discuss is HOAs or COAs, condo owners associations, because they are going to have them. When we're comparing, again, Gulf front to sound front, typically the Gulf front ones are going to be slightly more, but that's not always the case. Sometimes some of these sound front condos offer a ton of amenities and it just keeps hiking the price up. To give an example, one of the other Gulf front ones, it was 750 square feet, again, 1670 here, comparable in price. Their HOA fee over there was $1,100 a month versus here it's $1,200 a month. It was not always that high. They actually just recently raised it for some of the new condo inspections and stuff like that. They want to make sure that they've got a good buffer there. It was $850 just a couple of years ago. So, that may lower at some point. Of course, it's not guaranteed, but that's sort of like what you're looking at, a 750 square foot versus 1670 for the same HOA. And so that's sort of what you can expect is comparable between the two.
And keep in mind, a lot of those HOA fees are incorporating the insurance for the structure and for the amenities. Anytime you have these COAs, they're going to incorporate that for the most part. But you do want to talk to your agent, because I did have an incident recently where we took it for granted that the COAs always cover the insurance for the structure. I've never seen a condo unit not do it. This one was different. It actually had special assessments every year that was always a different number, and that specifically covered the insurance. So it already had a crazy high COA per month, and then yearly there was a special assessment to strictly cover the structure's insurance. So make sure you're always looking through those documents. What does it actually cover? Confirm that it's for the insurance. And I would say that if it's super high, then it covers the insurance, but we've seen that is not the case.
Yeah, so definitely double check. When we're talking about this, insurance is another common pain point that we've got to talk about. Gulf front is typically going to lean higher because it, as AJ alluded to, or just outright said earlier, you're getting slapped first on the Gulf, so therefore the insurance companies are having more damages there, so in turn, your insurance is typically going to be a lot higher. The one on this one, I've got to look at the most recent ones, but the one from a couple of years ago that I looked at, it's about $1,500 per year, which is outstanding for something like that. You can't even get that on a house out here of this size, so definitely a big bonus there, and that is because, as AJ said, the building is covered, so much of the building is covered.
So keep that in mind whenever you're getting that $1,500 per year premium for your insurance on a condo. That's to cover your contents. Everything else is already covered through the COA. This is what's going to cover the interior, like the walls in coverage, essentially. And there's also a difference in premium between whether you are a primary owner or if you're renting the property out. So because you would be, if you wanted to try to steal this unit from me, then you would potentially be paying less because one, you wouldn't be directly on the Gulf, and two, you wouldn't be having any renters whatsoever, so you wouldn't have that higher premium. If you guys have any questions about actually going over the HOA fees and insurance on any properties here on the Emerald Coast, we are absolutely happy to discuss those with you. We can put a little link over here. I don't know where the editors are going to put it. It's going to be somewhere over here.
Over here.
Over there. And you can just click on that, and it will jut you out a little print off for you that you can read over everything. And if you'd like to schedule an actual appointment, we would be happy to get you onto our calendars, one of them.
Now, the last thing that I want to discuss here is what lifestyle looks like here in Fort Walton Beach. We do videos all from Pensacola to Panama City, which, by the way, thank you guys if you're returning subscribers, returning watcher, if you will. Subscriber just feels like so aggressive. It's like, anyway. So what is Fort Walton Beach life like? What does it look like right here? We've got some cool stuff to show you, some of the stuff around here, but I kind of wanted to go through and talk about some of this. So first and foremost, because we're Soundfront and we're Fort Walton Beach, you've got essentially affordable coastal living. The same stuff that we're seeing here, you're getting far smaller in Destin. You're getting far smaller even in Navarre. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck out here. And yeah, you might not be on the island on a Soundfront property like this, but the lifestyle is still the exact same. And one of the cool things about this community here, or where we're at, is we are a stone's throw to some cool things that we'll talk about here in just a moment.
And the other thing is, is we're not going to get flooded over here like they will on the island.
If you get flooded on this 6th floor unit, there's a big problem anyway. But yes, the building in and of itself is probably going to be, not guaranteed, but a little bit
But that
safer.
whole island is like, it's the first thing to get hit. So
Yeah, it's actually really weird when the big hurricanes hit. You look out there and it just looks like ocean with just buildings sticking out of it. Like when it floods, it floods. It's not messing around.
speaking of life on Fort Walton Beach, I alluded to having Panera earlier. That was not the
Hospital
greatest.
food.
Yeah, it's not. And that was in Niceville, so not even in Fort Walton Beach. It was just on my way here. So here in Fort Walton Beach, though, we have some amazing food, waterfront food even, that is just the best atmosphere. We've got GI Jade's that's, I don't know, that might even be
7 minutes, 7-minute walk.
Yeah, it's not far at all. And they have a Latin night, so I go dancing over there sometimes. They have there's this huge outdoor space. You can go down the stairs and then feed the ducks from the benches, and then
You know what we should do?
what's that?
We should show them.
Oh, we should show you guys.
All right, let's go to G.I. Jade's.
Okay.
All right, just located 7 minutes away, walking. You can even bring your little furry friend now that you know that this condo is available for your furry friend. This is G.I. Jade's. This will be the closest nightlife style thing. It's tiki hut style. Let's go inside and take a peek.
So we're back. You guys got to experience everything. And the next one is the golf. The golf is so fantastic. It's a little bit pricey, and sometimes their sides are not necessarily worth the funds, but their mains, their entrees are pretty cool. And seeing that they're like containers and right on the water, you can pull up your boat. I used to paddleboard over there, and it was super fun.
That's
We should check
awesome.
that out. I think we have some footage of that too, don't we?
Well, if we do, we're going to run it.
Perfect. If you want another place that you can pull your boat up to, you could go to AJ's. Not actually my house. It's it's a restaurant. I don't own it. But yeah, so AJ's is, pretty cool. Obviously, it's going to be cool with a name like that. You can pull your boat right up. There's live entertainment, there's music, there's beverages for some people, and there is all kinds of great food. A lot of it is like fried food, but it's good. Bring your boat up. You're not going to care about the food. You get to take your boat to it.
You just move right along from the fried food and get their beans and rice, and it's so good. It's my favorite thing there by far.
Really?
It's so good.
I wasn't
It is
expecting
so
that.
good. Yeah, it does not agree with me all the time. So you take that for what it is, but
I'm not being next to you after beans.
no, I'm warning the audience. I'm not. I just want them to know. I don't want them to go over there and be like, "This was delicious," and I didn't make it back to my condo. It's not a good thing. So definitely another good spot. And then the last place that we wanted to highlight for you that you can pull your boat right up to is Soundside, and it's probably my favorite place in downtown Fort Walton Beach. It's between that and Caddy's. But I like Soundside, so instead of just talking about it, let's go show you
I could
and
go
get
some
a
food.
pink fluffy drink while we're there. And if G.I. Jade's isn't your kind of vibe, Soundside is just another 10 minutes down the road. Check this place out. This is actually one of my favorite, in fact, it is my favorite spot right here in downtown Fort Walton. We're going to take you around before we finish the tour. All right, that is everything that we have about Fort Walton Beach. If that doesn't seem like your kind of vibe, keep in mind that every one of our towns here has a completely different feel to it, a different lifestyle, a different everything, and it could be wildly different from towns right next to each other. So to help you guys out with that, we have created a 38-page guide that has a breakdown of every city and then some extra stuff about mortgages and what your payments might look like, stuff like that, to just kind of get you started. If you're a little bit further out, you're not quite ready to call us yet, we totally get it. We're going to throw that up here in a QR code. It will also be in the description down below. You can click it. It's 100% free. We are going to need your email because we have to send it to you. But other than that, it is free, and we won't spam you too much, I promise.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed making it, but don't call us to buy this condo because I'm going to. And if you haven't done so already, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and ding the bell so that you get notified every time we do another video. And if you're having difficulty sleeping and you want a sort of video style lullaby, you can go ahead and click on this clip over here and you can watch another video of Mongo and he'll rock you to sleep. We'll see y'all at the next one.
All right. Thanks, AJ.